Florida saying you have an incomplete application for this job or that job. Because in 2018, I went onto the University of Florida career site and applied like crazy for almost any job. Some jobs I might not have completed the application for because I realized I either had to have a certain certification or I didn't want that job at all because it was so not in my world, like maintenance man for, you know, electrical, you know, reasons. So anyway, but what a coincidence, from 2018, it is 2024. It is exactly 6 years later, and I'm all of a sudden getting emails from the University of Florida at the same time that I get an email from Bank of America saying that there was some sort of prepaid government card with my name on it that was mailed to my, or a refund of $2 was supposed to be mailed to my old address. And it's like, I don't know anything about this. So this is where the Real World MTV Philadelphia, back in the day when they started the Real World, this is where it was filmed. It's all dressed up in purple for Halloween probably. But that's where they filmed Philadelphia, the Real World MTV. It's next to the Betsy Ross house. And this has similar netting as the house on Uber and Lombard. A guy lives there and he has the same netting. They have a really impressive, like, all these big animatron monsters and everything on the corner there. But I'm kind of curious if he knows the people from the Betsy Ross house because they have the same netting. I was kind of wondering where you got the netting. So I'm headed on down here. Anyway, what do you think about the coincidence between this Bank of America prepaid card and getting emails from University of Florida 6 years later about jobs that I applied for or had incomplete resumes for? So I'm going to add here really quick that it could be a scare tactic, because someone left a comment on a video of mine yesterday or 2 days ago when I passed by a building that looked like the Real World building. I'm now forgetting the building. I kind of have it in my head, but it has a similar look with the pillars. Anyway, the person said, does that look like is that the Real World building where they filmed MTV Real World? It could play into gang stalking, because the Real World is, you know, they beat people to a pulp and then try to get them in jail, or it would be the insinuation that you've done something wrong and they're going to find a way to get you. I haven't done anything wrong. But seeing purple on the Real World building, the message could be put through, and people test to see what messages they could put through, and some people love to scare people to death. The message that could be put through would be, ha ha ha, we're coming to get you. We're gonna audit you, or whatever. I mean, there's not much, in my case, you won't find anything. There's not much going on other than me reporting every day to the CIA of stuff that I experience that's in the gang stalking realm, which I just did just now for you. This used to be a parking lot. There's a building back here that's always been there, but they built over a small parking lot here. I used to take care of some dogs for some people here who played into gang stalking, and I'll explain what they did. There was a gay couple down here in this 133 Cherry and Bread Street. It's Cherry and Bread. This is, you know, a special group of condos. When you're inside, they feel very big and empty and spacious. It's kind of like, can feel like a movie set. I have a couple stories from doing overnights for these people. Here where the plants are. And I've done overnights there. I don't know if they're still there though, because I get the impression they might have broken up, or someone works in Chicago now. But anyway, a couple things happened. I was terrorized for the second time. The first time I was terrorized was the 4th Monday of January 2011. I was made to believe I would be murdered in my apartment. It was so bad. It was insane bad. I actually believed it was last night of life. Like, I 1,000,000% believed that someone was coming in to kill me. There's a whole orchestrated series of events that went on to cause that. Anyway, my mom and aunt's phone lines were even severed in Jacksonville, Florida. I lived up here, and when I tried to call my mom, I got doo-doo-doo, we're sorry, the phone number you're trying to reach has been disconnected. So does that seem like a setup to you? It should. Because how many times do you actually have to deal with your phone lines being disconnected, and how coincidental would it be with something like that when you need to call your mom in a desperate situation? So anyway, that was the first time I'd be scared to death. Another time would be when I did overnights at their address that I just showed at 133 North Bread Street. We're on the north side of Market. And there were a couple things in place. A whole bunch of things happened with these people, and I wanted to like them because they seemed nice until they pulled a bunch of games or whatever, hijinks, antics. But the entire block here, there's a whole massive block. See where this, and it goes all the way up to Arch Street and down here to Quarry or whatever this is here. This whole block blacked out. All the lights vroom, went down. The electricity went out. I was doing overnights and those units of those condos or whatever they are, they're kind of like, it's a 2-story one that I was in. It kind of feels like old school apartments, except modernized a little bit. So it feels okay in there, but it's very echoey. It feels like a movie set, which plays into the idea of the Truman Show. And when I got to their place, before that all happened, I went to the bathroom or whatever, and I noticed in the shower there was dead flowers hanging upside down off of the shower spout. So it'd be like dried dead flowers on almost like a broomstick kind of. They were just gathered at the top of the stems, and then all like yellow dry dead flowers. Boom, immediately I recalled a weird stalker situation, like a normal stalker situation, where there were dead yellow cut roses left in a little tiny box in front of my mom's apartment where I was living at the time. And anyway, and I remember opening the door way back then and thinking, oh, what is this? And I had gone to see a local artist, a musician, play at Deer Park the night before, because I actually wrote about her in a review for a thing called Big Shot Magazine way back in the day. That's one of the ways that I got my writing samples out there. Jenny Bostic, can you not see me? Can you not see? Anyway, she had a really good song that a lot of women would have resonated with. Because if you are a trauma survivor already, you're wondering why no one can see you. It's like the altar boy at a really corrupt church with a pedophile ish preacher. And no one could see the one altar boy who was affected, and the altar boy is wondering, why does everyone think this guy is so greedy? This guy has the ability to